with when I ask them, tell me what your sales system is, they will literally just say, well, there's an expression of, they want to know something, and then we meet, and then we talk about price, and then they sign up or not. That's not a system. Like, that's barely even a process. That's barely even an idea, really. Right? So when you're having a look at a sales system specifically, you want to understand, well, what is the purpose of your sales system?
Welcome to the Super Clinic Project Podcast, Coach's Corner Edition. Ready to boost your practice by 10,000 in just 10 minutes? Join your coaches, Jennifer and Tracy, for fast and proven strategies that drive real results. Let's get started.
Welcome to the Super Clinic Project Podcast, where we take regular clinic owners and turn them into super clinic owners. Today, you're here with me, Jennifer Gligoric and Tracey Sundkvist, who is a neuroscience expert and fellow business consultant and coach like me. And we are here on Coach's Corner to help you add $10,000 in your business within 10 minutes. Today's topics are about systems and consistency, meaning we do not want systems that you work for. We want systems that work for you. So what is your system doing for you, Tracy?
Oh my goodness, the system thing, right? It's such a big thing for so many new business owners starting out, because starting out, there's always chaos. And of course, the easiest way to get ahead is to tame that chaos and to automate a lot of things. And if you think about it, that's really all a system is. It's just an automated process that you follow that is going to help you achieve a stable, reliable, predictable outcome. And so what we want to cover today is, well, how do you make sure that your system is doing what you need it to do, rather than depending on a system which is maybe not giving you the kind of results that you want. So at what point is it you're not doing it right? And at what point is it we need to relook at the system? Because sometimes it's not so easy to see.
Yeah, with every system that you have, you need to have asked the question, what is the system going to do for me? What do I expect out of this system? And as you're getting sold the system by the SaaS salesperson that you talk to or the website, you need to keep those questions in mind. Like, but what's it going to do for me? How much time do I have to allocate for them? Where do I think this is going to pull time away from the staff to where they can focus on other areas of the business? Usually you want them to be either admin or fulfillment areas. So you as the business owner can pull away from those on actual development. What I find though is people end up getting a system that's cheap. Either it's the cheapest or the EHR they're most familiar with, or a CRM for their contacts, for their management, or even it's written systems like how we do our patient flow. And a lot of times someone else is the one who develops the actual system, or it just comes into place. This is just kind of the way we do it. Nothing's even written down. And a lot of our clinics, that's kind of how it is. Nothing was ever really written down. This is just how we do it. As we go through our accelerator program with people here, one of the things, and the reason I brought up this topic for today, is we will ask people to track numbers, right? And there's like 4 little spreadsheets. It takes maybe 3 to 5 minutes, either at the beginning or end of the day for whoever is tracking that number. They're just putting down what happened during that day. But the way we do them, gives us some very powerful information at the end of the month, or usually it's 6 to 8 weeks to get the really good, juicy data on where we need to make changes. And I cannot begin to tell you, I think it is an overwhelming percentage of clients will say, well, we're already tracking that, or we don't have to do that extra. The system already is doing it this way, and we don't even know how to add that in. If you're in an accelerator program like this because you need a 2 to 10 extra business, and you can't even spend 3 to 5 minutes because the system you have is so cumbersome, or it's just running you into the ground that you can't even imagine that, I would say that would be a big problem. You have to look at that, because you need to be able to be flexible with the system so it can get you the information you need to move forward. So, ask yourself, what data is the system giving me? How am I actioning off of that data? Do I even know? A lot of people have really powerful systems, and it's giving them powerful information. They look at that information and they don't even know what to do with it. What would you say would be some great questions to ask of the systems that you have, Tracy?
Jennifer, I think you actually started out with a good guideline right off the bat, and that is, what do you want the system to do? So, and I'm going to give the most simple example that I can use, just because it's going to apply to any single business, not only for chiropractors or health-based service, but in any business. If you have a look at your sales system, I've seen so many of the business owners that I've worked with, when I ask them, tell me what your sales system is, they will literally just say, well, there's an expression of, they want to know something. And then we meet and then we talk about price and then they sign up or not. That's not a system. Like that's barely even a process. That's barely even an idea, really. Right. So when you're having a look at a sales system specifically, you want to understand, well, what is the purpose of your sales system? A sales system is part of your overall business system that is designed to move people through a process that helps them think about their problem in unique ways, that positions your solution to solving that problem in a unique way, and ultimately increases the likelihood that they are going to see your solution as the best way to solve their problem. Now, that is the purpose of your sales system. Now, how are you going about objectively measuring how effective the system is, and where do you start? Because funny enough, the sales process might start from when they show, but even your sales process is almost embedded into your marketing process, right? It's not independent. So you've got this marketing system and process that gets it up to a certain point. Then your sales system is going to be, out of the leads that I have coming in, how many people are actually showing up? How many people are signing up for what I want? How many people are prepared to pay for what I want? How many people are, once they've gone through that process, how many engage in upsells? Because you don't sell them once and then that's it, right? It's about keeping that lifetime value. So you need to understand, what is this system doing? What is the function of the system? And when you can understand what the function of the system is, then you can start to say, okay, so well, now I'm going to know my system is going to be working very well for me if I can hit these percentages. Because if I can hit getting 60% of the people in front of me to sign up for care or sign up for whatever package or product I'm offering, then my sales system is healthy because it's objective. And if you aren't hitting those, where do you need to look? Where do you need to go and problem solve? Listen to that. Well, it's very early for me, but no. Where do you need to focus so that you can get better results?
Yeah, and that's just a sales system. Other systems could be your EHR. I've seen offices that, or your contact manager, your customer database, whichever one that is. For medical offices, it's health records, right? Electronic health records. For others, we'd call it a CRM, but it's still the same. I've seen many systems that have had a fortune spent on them, and because of that, that only maybe 2% of the system is being used. They're spending all this money and they don't understand how the system, it does a bunch of stuff and they're not nearly doing any of the stuff for it. And so I can tell you, I've done actual turnarounds where we have taken out everything out of the system to get a really basic solution that everybody was happy with because they knew how it worked. And then we could add on other things, even if it was a more manual process, but the cost savings alone made that more worth it, right? So you need to consistently, at least I would say once a year, if not bigger companies, you're going to do it probably twice a year, right? Look at the systems that you have, what you've invested in, and if you're really getting out of it what you need, or if the talent, sink into that system, how many people need to be it, how long it takes to get something is so much, you're not getting any return on your investment. You need to be thinking of those things in terms of your system. If you're really just spending too much time for something that's broke, and also too being open to the fact that maybe this isn't it, maybe we need to change. And I know it's a big issue. Oh, we're getting a new contact database in and it's going to be so this and that. But things are so standardized now, all on the cloud. You're not having to buy servers. I mean, the cost sink to changing systems now is nothing like it used to be 10 or 20 years ago when you literally had to install different equipment to get it all in. Now it's just doing an export, importing, and just learning how to click a different button. So it just doesn't make sense to consistently evaluate it when you're talking about actual electronic systems.
Yeah, I think the thing to keep top of mind there as well is even if you are looking at an EHR where you are putting in client or patient information and the thinking behind that can be, well, it's a case of billing. This is a system that we use to make sure that we track outgoing bills, we can track what's coming in. But ultimately, even that system is in a bigger system of that patient experience. So since you have this one system that keeps all of the person's personal information, this is also a good place to say, well, what can we automate? How can we design things around this specific thing so that it can also hit on the other things that are important to us in the business. So it's not just about, and I mean, it can be something as ridiculous as automating birthday messages, right? You get a text on your birthday. It's a little simple checkbox in a little thing in your program, but you can make it a part of how you deliver what you deliver. So nothing is completely independent. Now, how do you bring all of that together so that all of your systems are pulling in the same direction? And one of the big ways that Jennifer, you'll know yourself, very often what needs to happen is like a full system audit. How many systems do you have in your practice? What are you aware of? What is the functionality? What are the outcomes or metrics that you're tracking? And how much overlap is there? Because very often there's too much going on, and that's why it's a problem. And approaching it from a more simplified perspective is actually going to give you better outcomes.
Yeah. Can we make this simpler? Do we need it? Is it worth it? Are great questions to have. Well, that's the end of our 10 minutes, guys. Remember, systems need to work for you. You don't need to be working for the systems. And if you have any questions about this, or you want to explore this further, or you really want to get more help on how to truly do a system audit, like go step by step through one, then please reach out to us. Go to superclinicproject.com. You can click on either Tracy's picture or mine, and you'll get straight to us, and we'll give you a free session. I mean, we can give you a lot of data in that. Or you can go to our school, and we even have a mastermind that has all of the audit questions and everything in there. Thank you for being with us. Don't forget to like, follow, and share, and please give us a 5-star review. It's how we're able to help you each week get $10,000 in 10 minutes in your business. Have a great SuperClinic week.